going to show you here how to reload at home. I'm going to try and do it as fast and as simple as I possibly can. Right, this is a .223 piece of brass. You can see the die in the background, sorry, the pressing die, the die's in the top. I'm going to quickly decab it. You can see the primers in there, but we'll decab it and it will size the neg at the same time, so do that quick. That's the case in. Neg sized and the primer popped out. Next, you just swing this camera around. Next thing I do, I have a drill here. On the end of the drill there is the Lee case holder. As simple as this. Screw it back, put your piece of brass in, keep it centre, screw it tight. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to trim it to size. This is the Lee trimmer, not sure exactly what it's called. Simply slide the guide bar into it, that's the length, and there's little cutters back here, I'll trim it. So, inside the case, give it a wee blip. Simple as that. Then, take my deburring tool, does outside and inside. On the outside, and the other. Simple as that, couple of wee turns. Then what I've got here, this is a bit of a DIY job. It's a .22 nylon brush wrapped in quadruple zero wire wool. I'll show you a picture of it. Well, I'll not show you a picture, I'll show you what it actually is. It's this True Lull steel wool. There's a grade there you want. It's the finest grade there is. And what this does is clean the inside of the neck. 2 seconds inside and out. That's the inside of the neck cleaned. Then I get a larger piece of the wool. As you can see, the brass is kind of dirty, bit of black around the edge of it there. Simply put the piece of wool over the top of it, give it a spin. Now the brass is sparkling. Cheap, easy, fast way to do it. I have a homemade tumbler as well, but I find this is just as fast and does a great job. Right, next we have to clean the primer pocket. It's hard for you to see it in the camera there, but it is actually pure black inside it with dirt. Have to change my tool on the drill. I've lost my chuck key for the drill, so this old method. Screwdriver and a bolt. Take it out. This cleans the primer pocket. Does small and large. Simply put it inside of the drill. You can do it by hand, but I'm going to do about 50 here tonight, so I'll put it in. Get your brass, put it over the end of it, make sure it's nice and parallel with it, you don't want it catching and spinning, so hold it nice and parallel, wee blip, wee tap. Don't know if you can see it there in the camera, you can. Just at the end there you can see the actual bit of black carbon or burnt powder sitting there right in front of this yoke here. Right, next step is to prime it. I need to grab my primer out of my box. Lee primer. Primer's ready in it and all. There's one in ready to go. Simply put the brass in. Squeeze the handle. Right down. Pull it back. Now we have a primer. Next step now is putting the powder in. So give me something to set this in, 2 seconds. Set this inside here. Right, over here, red thing, powder trickler. Just lets you release 1 grain of powder at a time, or 1 piece of powder, 1 part, whatever you want to call it. This is just a tub with a wee scoop. First of all, I need to set the actual powder weight. I've already set my scale up that it's zeroed, so now I have to actually set it to the powder weight I want. And I'm doing load the filament here in a minute. I'm going to start at 21.6 grains. I'll work my way up to 22.5 in 3 grain increments. So I need to set this for 21.6. Okay, that's me set, 21.6. As you can see, the far end of the scale here is right down at the bottom. So next, take a scoop of powder, dump it into the pan, and already it's started to raise. It needs to go another probably 5 or 6 mil to get it nice and level, so I'll just trickle it out. Try not to get on the road of the camera here. Or knock it over, readjust. There we go, happy days. This is rather awkward at the angle I'm at, trying to get in front of the camera. Oh, come on, hurry up. There we go. Powder's starting to come out. Scale's starting to move up. Just waiting for the 2 lines to be in line with each other. And that's us. Perfect. When you're moving your trickler out the road, be very careful, because sometimes a couple of specks of powder fall out. Get your funnel, make sure it's clean inside. Give it a tap, make sure there's nothing in it. Yep. Can you still see what I'm doing? Yeah. Piece of brass here that we've cleaned, primed, deburred, the whole shenanigans. Put your funnel over the top. Lift your powder. Make sure it's sitting nice and square over the top of it, because sometimes the powder can fall out the side of the funnel. Pour it in nice and easy so it doesn't get jammed up. We tap, make sure all the powder's out. Double check. Yep. Next step is seating the bullet head. I'm using Sierra Blitzkins 50 grain. This is a new bullet, I haven't tried it yet. I've been using 55 so far, but a lot of people have suggested these to me, so I'm going to give these a go. So need to do some dodgy camera work here and move these over to the press. Come on, come on, there we go, there we go. There's my second hand press. Right. Yeah, I just knocked the camera over. Awesome. Try again. There we go. Right, this was the die that decaps the size of the neck. Don't need that anymore. Take it out. This is the bullet seating die. Top of it's adjustable. Screw it in and out for your different overall lengths. You'll notice I've got the die sticking at the bottom. This isn't normal. The problem is with this press is if I keep the bottom of the die flush up. When I push the handle down, it bottoms out, and I have to, it goes too far basically, and I have to pop it back up again. So I find myself I have to make it extrude out the bottom, which isn't normal, but that's what I have to do. Right, that's in. Make sure your die is pulled well back, because you don't know what you need to measure each time you do a bullet to make sure and get it set perfect. So we've got our piece of brass, primed, cleaned, powder in it. Wee tip for you, when you're doing loads of these, shine a torch in, make sure there's powder actually in it, because sometimes you forget. Get your bullet, brass in, bullet, line it up. And that's as basic as I can show you. There's a few more things I have to do to get it perfect. I have to measure the overall length with the vernier. It should be about 2,940. So 2,940 it should be, close to it now. And it's 2,950, so we're only 10 thou off. So a bit more slight adjustment with the die here, and then it'll be dead on. That's as simple as I can show it to you. Hope it helps.